Here's another part of our conversation with the great Kenny Loggins. I'm John Beaudin from Rocky Stream Music. Starting with Loggins and Messina, he posted hits with Jim Messina like Your Mama Don't Dance. At number 4, there was Thinking of You, My Music, Peace of Mind, Danny's Song. And then the solo hits came. Here's some of the top 10s. Whenever You Call Me Friend, 1978. 1980's I'm All Right from Caddyshack. His number 1 song from Footloose, the title song, the movie, from 1984. Top Gun's Danger Zone, 2 years later. And Nobody's Fool from Caddyshack 2. Here's Kenny Loggins.
It's interesting. I interviewed Jim Messina maybe 3 years ago, and he had mentioned that, he had to choose between you and Dan Fogelberg. And it was nice, and nothing against Dan Fogelberg. I love Dan Fogelberg's music. But a lot of folks said, look, at all that led, him choosing the right person. I mean, I think you were going to make it anyway, but they all were appreciative of the fact that led to something, which led to something, which led to, and it always does, right?
Yeah.
But he said you came to his house and you didn't bring a guitar.
He had no experience in touring. He didn't even own a guitar.
I knew my music. The guitar that I had was such a cheap piece that I was embarrassed to bring it. It was a K. And I never really made any money yet, so I couldn't afford a real guitar. And he had some nice guitars. There was actually no reason to play my K.
He had a pocket full of tunes.
Jim, who brought him into you? Who's the one that noticed Kenny to get him to meet you? Was it Clive? Was it somebody else? Who was it?
Well, from what I understand, he had a friend named Doug Inglesby. And Doug Inglesby had taken him to a concert that I was playing in Poco in the days when they were kind of more like sock hops, where you sat down on the floor. And he pointed at me and he said, now that's the guy you should have producing you. So from there, what happened is that I was in New York finishing up the Delivering album, and a guy named Don Ellis, who was working as a, not product development, but artist development at CBS under Clive Davis. He had a friend they had worked at a Tower Records together, Dan Loggins and Don Ellis. He had a little brother named Kenny, and showed him to Don. Don brought the idea to Clive. Clive said, I think you should take that to Jimmy, and interestingly enough, somebody else said. So it came to me vis-a-vis Don Ellis while I was in New York, and he asked me at that time, would you be willing to listen to some songs here of a friend of mine whose little brother is, really a good singer, songwriter. I said, not now. Not now. I need to finish this record. Yeah. But, maybe in December when I get back. So that's when the actual meeting was set up with Kenny, and I had him come over to the house. And when he showed up, he's supposed to have some tapes. When he showed up, he had no tapes. And so it was a little awkward. And I said, well, how about, did you bring your guitar? Oh, no, I didn't bring a guitar. That's awkward. Now, no tapes, no guitar. And here we are having dinner, getting ready to audition somebody for. So I pulled one of my catgut string guitars out of the closet that I had, and I had a little Sony set up like the one you have in the back there, stereo, and gave it to him. And I said, have at it. What do you got? So he played me his tunes, and I still have them to this day, recorded on a 1/4 inch. One of them was Pooh Corner, one of them was Danny's Song, one of them was the Hibala, I think. And we had dinner, and after he left, I told my former wife at the time, I said, I don't know about this. I said, this guy, he's a sweetheart. He's got a nice voice. I said, but he's a folk singer. Jesus, we're already into a different age here, and I just don't know. And so I met with Dan Fogelberg, and time was running out now. I had 6 albums to do in a year, and I'm 2 or 3 months into this deal, and I got nobody yet, right? So I met with Dan Fogelberg, and I liked Dan.
What was your first impression of Dan as a guy?
Well, my first impression was that he was a nice young man, and I didn't see him as a rocker. I didn't really see him as a performer. I just saw him as a person. And I was more interested in who he was, you know. And I'm still that way today. I'm more interested in who you are. If I'm going to work with you, I'm more interested in who you are. Because I've learned over the years, I didn't really get to know Stephen. I didn't really get to know Neil. And I don't know that I ever really knew Richie, because I didn't really want to know them. I just wanted to get the work done.
Right.
And now when it comes to signing contracts with people and spending weeks in the studio or on the road, I want to know who somebody is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know if they're a thoroughbred or a jackass. You know, at least I want to know what I'm dealing with. So by this time, I want to know who Dan Fogelberg was. And I liked him. I liked what he had to say. But the difference there for me was, I asked him, why are you coming to me? You know, what do you think it is that I can do for you? And he says, well, I'm going to tell you the truth. I really love Poco, and I want to make a Poco record. And that was enough for me to go, I don't think so. And I said, Dan, I'm going to tell you the truth. I said, I just finished 3 years with Poco as a producer, as an artist, as a musician. I said, we couldn't get our records played. They were either too country for rock or too rock for country. And I said, I don't think I can live through another 3 years of that. I said, I think you need to find somebody else. And that's about the time I started thinking about Kenny again. And I gave Kenny a couple of my songs to sing, like Peace of Mind, to see what he could do with them. And I realized his voice, when he had such great control on his voice. He could sing Blue-Eyed Soul, he could sing country, he could sing folk. He just had the epiglottal that could change it. And that element about who he was is what fascinated me. That's the person that I saw that could be developed and could be, if he made the right choices, I knew he would vocally. If he made the right choices in songs, I think we had a shot with him.
We'll have more from Kenny Loggins coming up in the next few days. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. Buy a t-shirt, help support the channel. If you don't want a t-shirt and you just want to support the channel, there's a PayPal link at the very top of the description of this video. I'm John Beaudin. Take care of yourself.